Happy Spring Day, my peace saints. It's here. I hope you are well. I hope you are ready for the spring. I hope you have let go of all the nonsense that winter came with, and we are fresh and ready, for this new season. And as we start in this new season, I just wanted to talk to you about perspective. Okay, so today I want to talk to you about change your perspective. For peace sake, I am Pulaa Montz, your inner voice magnified. You know what? Before I start, right? September is my favorite month of the year. It's not my birth month, but somehow, there's something about September where, you actually see those flowers blooming. There's that change between winter and September that just causes me to be happy. That just tells me life is coming back again. We do appreciate the winters. It is important to have winter because we wouldn't be appreciating spring as much as we do, right? So that's why I want to talk to you about perspective today. When you start seeing things right, then you start enjoying peace no matter what is going on. So perspective is everything for me. Like I was just saying right now, if you start realizing that you wouldn't be enjoying the spring as much as you are right now, or you wouldn't be celebrating summer as much as we will soon be celebrating summer had it not been for winter, then you would understand that same applies to your life as well. When you have good moments, good seasons in your life, you celebrate them, you recognize them because of the struggles that you've been through. When we always say, when a person grows up in a happy family, they don't really value that, right? Sometimes as young kids, you don't see that this is a blessing really to grow up in a happy family, a safe environment, right? You only appreciate such when you are from a dysfunctional family. Then you'll hear your friends saying, oh, but your family is so peaceful, they are together, they are united, they love each other. And then you're like, that's family. Now they annoy me, right? Because you don't really get to appreciate and the status quo unless you have seen difficulties, unless you have been exposed to some difficulties. So what am I saying today? It is spring. It is a new season. It means, every time we enter into a new season, I start thinking about, God, what do you want me to learn in this new season? Who do you want me to become in this new season? What are those challenges that I'm going to face? And what is it that I'm supposed to take out of any challenge, right? So my main challenge every single day is to be peaceful, to be at peace with everybody, to be at peace with the situation that I find myself in. So for me, ever since I've started these messages on peace, I've realized how important it is for me to choose a life of peace first before I can get here and preach it to you, right? Because I've realized these things, you cannot fake them. If I do not have peace on the inside of me, I cannot talk about peace. I cannot teach about peace, right? So it is important for me to really challenge myself to experience peace no matter the situation that I'm facing. And I tell you, that doesn't mean that when I'm faced with things that just pop up out of nowhere, I don't get frustrated. I do get frustrated. I sometimes do get angry. I do get annoyed. I want to cry at times, right? But then I'm at that point where I really experience that for a moment, experience that for an hour or 30 minutes, and then I ask myself, but no, why am I losing my peace? it means I'm not asking myself certain questions that I should be asking myself, or I'm not asking God the kind of questions that I should ask Him that will then give me peace. I'm at that point right now. But before this point, it would take me even a day. I would spend the whole day being frustrated. But the one thing about me, I've never been able to wake up tomorrow and be as frustrated as I was yesterday. Every time I go to sleep, it's really to let go of everything and start afresh tomorrow. So that is the blessing that God has given me. But to make sure now that I don't get frustrated the whole day, I'm challenging myself to, when I immediately realize that I'm getting frustrated, then I start asking myself proper questions. Why are you being frustrated, right? What is it about the situation that is frustrating you? Is it the fact that you were not ready for it? You didn't plan for it? Is it the fact that you lack skill or emotional intelligence to deal with it? What is it, right? So I've realized that the more questions I ask myself in those moments of frustrations, the more I'm able to get back inside of me and find the tools that I'm teaching you every single day, right? But when you change your perspective about a situation, when you change your perspective about people, when you decide, what, I'm going to change my perspective about my entire life, I tell you, that is the beginning of peace, right? That is the beginning of enjoying peace in your life in any situation, because you start saying things like, yes, I failed the subject. Is it the end of the world? Or what didn't I do? Or is there something I didn't understand, right? When you start looking at your situation or your circumstances differently, then you ask yourself questions that will force you to think of solutions rather than sit there and worry and complain. Those things we do when we don't want to find solutions. But when you start wanting to have peace, then you start seeking for solutions. You start seeking for lessons that you're supposed to learn. You start seeking for the person that you are becoming as a result of that situation. Some situations are building character in us because they are building patience. When you have patience, then you have perseverance. When you have perseverance, then you start having resilience. When you have resilience, you can bounce off from any situation. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Oh gosh, I hope I will remember my chain of thought. I got disturbed for a moment. I had to stop. So, but perspective, guys, is everything. Once you start seeing your situation right, then you will stop being frustrated as much as we get frustrated with situations that we don't understand, right? You will stop worrying too much because, when you worry, you are stagnant. When you worry, you are stagnant. When you're frustrated, you are stagnant. All these emotions, uncontrolled emotions, they cause us to lack peace because we are not seeking solutions in moments that we are indulging in these emotions, right? So it is important to see your difficult situations, right? They are either building you up for a level that you need to be at of emotional intelligence in order for you to lead that team. For example, you've been wanting to become a manager, but you lack emotional intelligence. So God will bring situations that will train your emotions, right? That will train you to control the emotions so that when He eventually gives you the position that you're praying for, then you are ready to be to lead, to be a leader rather. You are ready to be a leader in that position who will deal with issues and not deal with personalities, right? So, hey, it is spring. It is a new season. Sit down with yourself. Guys, the importance of sitting down with yourself. When you know yourself, you will have peace, when you understand why you do things the way you do them, why you get frustrated by certain situations or people, why you act in a certain way, the more you ask yourself these questions and you sit down and you really try to figure it out, the more peace you will experience. The first thing I always say, you can never understand anything unless you understand yourself. So you will not even understand the kind of perspective that you have right now that cause you to keep stressing and worrying and being frustrated and angry at the same things. Sometimes we're not even changing. It's the same irritations that keep coming back because we don't take time to sit down with ourselves and ask ourselves questions. Why do I carry such a perspective? Why do I let people irritate me? Why do I let situations determine my level of peace? Once you start sitting with yourself and asking yourself those questions, switch off TVs, guys, switch off radio, switch off social media, and just spend time with yourself. Once you start asking yourself those questions, I tell you, you'll start experiencing peace, because now you will know that whatever you do and however you do it is not a mistake. You are special, and it is a special quality that only you can bring to this generation. Happy Spring Day! I am Pulaa Montz, your inner peace and purpose coach.